Hi everyone. Wells Fargo Power BI interview experience. 1 hour. Panel is one developer plus one manager. Previously, the organization reached out to the respective developer and asked to build a Power BI dashboard from the share financial data and submit the PVX file for the dashboard discussion. This may be the second round of the Wells Fargo interview. So, first question is that walk us through the your dashboard. So walk us through the dashboard or run through your dashboard. What is the prospective answer for it? So let's pick the answer on it. I start understanding the KPI and the business question. Share. My focus was clarity to perform and build business usability, not just for the visual voice. For each page answers was a specific business requirement question with minimal clutter and clear insights. So when someone is asking about a walk me through your dashboard, so you need to represent the dashboard in this way that dashboard or reports is give the appropriate information about the business. This is the first point. So you want to build multiple reports in a one dashboard or one reports. In reports we have multiple pages. Okay, for each page is represent for each page it is represent for each page it is represent each page represent a specific business requirement. So for the report development we have to develop the report by using multiple KPI, key performance indicators. So we have added the key performance indicator in this way. So when you're giving the answers, walk me through a reports. So you have to start with understanding the KPI business requirements. Here my focus was clarity and performance, the business usability. Not used for visual wise. I have to focus on the business as well as minimum clutter and clear insights. Next question is that if this data comes with huge database, how will we ensure fast report performance for the visual selection? Like in the database I have the large volume of data is there. Okay, in this case what is the step I need to take? So if the data is large volume, so first point is that we need to focus on the import mode of the data. Import mode what happen? So import mode data will be loaded, data is loaded inside the Power BI desktop. Data is loaded inside the Power BI desktop. Create measures insist of calculated column. Create measures insist of calculated. If you create multiple calculated column, so it is impact the performance also. It is impact the performance. Third, avoid complex visual in a single page. So the point is that you need to add minimum visual in a page when the report is loaded. So DAX engine is work or the Power BI backend is work. In this case, it is take less time to load the visual. Fourth, use star schema. Why recommend star schema? Because instead of flat table with the data connection relationship built in the star schema, it is very useful to process the data in the backend. Fifth, limit the cardinality. Limit the cardinality. Six, data model. Data model, now it is called a semantic model. Data model or semantic model in appropriate structure. Okay, these are the 6 points we have to note it down that we need to speak in the interview. Okay, if the data volume is high, how to ensure the fast performance, fast report performance. Import more data load inside the Power BI extra. Create measure insist of calculated column. The calculated column part may be handled in the DB side. Avoid complex visual in a single page. In the single page, we have to add the simple visual with the data loading or loading the KPI, all this thing easy. Use star schema, limit the cardinality and data model. Like star schema means this is the star schema. Like I have a product, customer, reseller, and sales order and data, date data. So in the center we have the fact table, and the fact table connected with the dimensions table with the one to many relationship. So this is called a star schema in Power BI. This is an interview question also. How did you use this visual or not others? Question is that the interviewer is asking us to how did you use the visual. So use the visual, like give an example like bar chart. I use the bar chart for the categorical data representation. Second, line chart for the trends. For the trends. Cards for KPI. What are the different data connections modes and how do you use it? What are data connections modes? What data connections modes have you used? So simply there is two modes of data connection. One is import mode, another one is direct query mode. Okay, direct mode or direct query mode. Let us me explain what is import mode and what is direct mode. Okay, let's suppose in case of a import mode, what happen, the data inside the data, like I have a table. Let me explain. I have a table like customer table. Okay, customer table contains 3000 records. So for the 3000 record, the all data inside the record, all this thing, data, metadata plus data is equal to import mode. Okay, let me show you. So here in the Power BI, if I go to any customer data, let's see, if I go to the data view, if you see the customer data, right, the data is whatever the data is there. Okay, sorry, whatever the data is there, number of count, the data store inside the Power BI desktop, this process is called as import mode. Like this customer key, customer ID, customer city, state province, country, region, postal code, all are the metadata. But in case of a direct query mode, what happen, store only the metadata. Metadata means column header. Column header is stored in the Power BI desktop column header. When you execute any query or dex, it will be go to this SQL editor and run the execute the query part. In the direct query mode, what happen, in case of a direct query mode, direct query mode, the dex query is work. Okay, query is work. In case of the import mode, dex engine is work. Dex engine is work. So if I connect the data to, let me show you what is import mode and direct query mode. If I connect to the data to SQL server, here there is two modes are coming. So here I put the server name, put the database name, import mode and direct query mode. This is the connectivity mode. The interviewer are asking this data connectivity mode. Let's move to the next question. What is the difference between row context and filter context in Power BI? Row context, actually row context and filter context, these are the two things that let us discuss. Row context, what happen in case of a row context, operate row level calculation. It's operate at the row level calculation. Row level calculations means like calculated column, like calculated column. So how row level calculation, let me show you. So I have a customer, right, in the table. Let's go to customer table. I want this country region, like I have to create a new column. Okay, so here I write country region is equal to, I write a function like upper customer country region. So new column I have created the country region in the uppercase United States. This is the row context in Power BI. This is the row context in Power BI. For filter context comes under the slicer, visual level filter, all these things. Slicer, visual level filter, slicer, visual level filter. Okay. So how filter context are? Let me show you. If I go to Power BI, I have to create a visual. Okay. So here I am creating a visual, right? Product model, or I have to add a product color and sales. From the sales table I have added the sales amount. Okay. So these are the different color product. Okay, like black, blue, silver, yellow. Okay. So if I add here a category to a slicer, so there is accessory, bikes, clothes and components. If I click here bikes, this the data will change. Okay, let me show the data level here. So here if I click here accessory, bikes, clothes, components, the data is changed here. Okay. So what happened? The filter context is work in case of a slicer and the respective visual. Another visual is that if I add a category to this page level filter, so if I apply the bike only, if I apply the accessories only, accessory will be so. Okay, like if I add here category to the, one second, remove the filter first. So if we see here, I have added the, remove this legend. Okay, you will see the page level filter. Okay, this is also one level of filter context. So next question is that on the SQL based, sorry, so next question, difference DEX like sum, calculate, filter have you used? Like sum function we have used to calculate the sum. Calculate function is used for calculate the specific with the specific filter condition. Next question is SQL. Some of the SQL question asked in the interview. Ruling sum slash ruling average. use of window function sum and hour, average hour along with the date ordering. Okay, I have an employee table. Inside the employee table, I have employee ID, employee name, salary month, salary, sum of the salary. Then I add hour clause, partition by employee ID, order by salary month, rows between unbound, preceding and current row as ruling sum. It will be gives the ruling summation of the salary. What is the use of group by versus window functions? Group by is reduce the number of row. Means reduce the number of rows means it is using any aggregate function. Aggregate function like sum, average, count. So you have to use it. Window function keep row level data while performing the calculation. SQL order of execution. SQL order of execution is select from where group by having order by. This is the SQL order of execution. Types of join in SQL. Explain the types of join is there is the left join, right join, full join, and inner join, and cross join. And there is another method is called as self join method. Self join. The table is joined itself. That is the mutual join. So that's all for this video.